Okay, everyone, welcome to our research highlight video series. We are here with Professor Paulo Santos. Thank you for being here, Professor, with us.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Professor Paulo Santos is a senior lecturer on the economics department at Monash University at Melbourne, Australia. His research interests go from the intersection of economics and sociology, poverty to economics of natural resources management, and so on. So first, we would like to ask you to do a brief summary of the paper that you just presented on our seminar.
Yes, sure. So the paper that I presented is a joint work with a former PhD student of mine who just finished his PhD, Vilas Goben. And what we look at is what are the proper ways of measuring women's power, decision-making power. So we try to contrast experimental measures using a game that we developed with the traditional survey-based measures that are more commonly used in a lot of evaluations. So what we conclude is that they do not seem to be related with each other, and so we try to understand which one seems to be the one that can be most accurately reflect women's capacity to make decisions. So we do that by comparing the behavior in the games and the responses in the surveys with real life decisions, including consumption and food security, and also the effect of a poverty graduation program on both measures, because it is usually assumed that these programs increase the agency and, as such, the power of women to make decisions.
Mm-hmm. Can you Can you tell us a little bit about the games? So how they were structured?
Yeah. So we started with the idea, or the classical definition of power in social sciences, which goes back to Max Weber in the 1890s, I guess. That power is the capacity of someone has of forcing someone else to do what they don't want to do, right? So we structured a game where women make decisions and can overrule the husband's decisions, or can accept. And we try to look at what is the frequency with which they impose their own preferences over the preferences or the potential preferences of the husbands, and we take that as a measure of power.
Mm-hmm. So you find that those kinds of measures are more rigorous than regular survey measures that are many times used for a long time in this kind of research. But do you think it's realistic for researchers now to start applying them?
Well, I don't want to call them more rigorous.
Okay.
I think what we see in this specific context is that the experimental measures are better correlated with the outcomes of interest that we assumed, as we assumed they would be. That is, that women that reveal themselves to be more powerful in the games, also that behavior also seems to be associated with, for example, spending more expenditure, spending more money in food in food, as you would expect, given the whole literature about female empowerment. So is this feasible to be part of a regular survey in the field? I think it is pretty easy. It takes a little bit of time to explain the game to people, to make sure that people understand the game. But once that is done, the whole thing runs in roughly 2 to 3 minutes. So it doesn't take much longer than the survey would normally take.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have so this can be done as part of a normal survey, right? It's a game that can be played individually. It's not a public goods contribution game. It's not It's not something so complicated that requires to get everyone together in one specific place for it to be played. It can be like any other game that involves risk elicitation of risk preferences. This could be done quite easily.
Mm-hmm. But is this as cost efficient as opting for the service?
Well, I would say it's more cost efficient because it seems that although it takes a little bit more time and more money, we are picking up something that the survey measures aren't, right? So survey measures seem to be cheap and dirty, but maybe they are so dirty that they are useless. So I don't want to bash too much into those surveys, but so it is hard to say. Obviously, because of the problem that we're discussing, power is not something that you can objectively measure, right? And because of that, we have all these problems of which one is picking up capacity to make decisions better. So It's hard to say whether it's more cost efficient or not.
Okay. And can we derive any policy implications from these findings?
Well, it is hard because, this is mostly a methodological paper, right? Trying to develop a measure of women's power or power more generally. This doesn't have to be limited to women. It could be played with any other kind of actors. The policy conclusion that we can take, for example, is that when we go and try to evaluate the impact of the poverty graduation program in which we collected data to validate these measures or to use these measures, we end up concluding that if we use the experimental measures, we do conclude that the poverty graduation project did have an impact on women's capacity to make decisions, while if we had sticked with the survey measures, we wouldn't have been able to conclude that, and we would have said that the program did not have an effect on that dimension. So better measurement has a policy or can be used to build better policy recommendations, but per se the paper doesn't have any kind of policy implications.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Bye.
Done.
Done. I will cut this.
Good luck.